So when do you know not to use the conjugates? Well, actually, pretty easy. When they don't match. Look, these guys don't really match, do they? You got 1 plus tan x over 1 plus cotangent x. Sure, I know that tangent and cotangent are reciprocals from each other, but the cool thing about multiplying by a conjugate is you get a square somewhere and you get this wonderful Pythagorean identity, right? You're not going to get a square here. It's not going to work out very nice. So how do you go about solving ones like this? Well, these tend to take a little bit more oomph, shall we say. But one of the things I want you to do here is you see that this is a divided sign? Take that fraction and make it into a simple division. Let me show you something. Watch. This is 1 plus tan x divided by 1 plus cotangent x. All right. Now, looks like you can't do a whole heck of a lot here. Well, actually, you can. Watch. If you end up remembering that tan x is, yes, sine over cosine. So look, now I got 1 plus sine x over cos x. Your world is going to get a little bit complicated, and then it's going to get super easy. Trust me on this. Think about it. What does 1 mean in common denominator language? Sure, 1 means cos x over cos x plus sine x over cos x. Now, I know what you're saying. Teacher, this isn't getting easier. Want to bet? Wait a second. You're going to see something amazing come up here. Okay, this is over a common denominator, cos x. So now you get sine and cos added together. So cos x plus sine x. There's our first term. Now, you're going to divide this by. So before we take the reciprocal and multiply, let's just work this out. Okay, this is the same as saying 1 plus cotangent x. But cotangent x is cos x over sine x, right? Remember, it's divided. Okay, so what does this mean? You can do the same thing you did here. Common denominator. Okay, so this is going to now be sine x over sine x, right? Plus cos x over sine x, common denominator. 1 is just sine over sine. Okay, put them together. Watch this. Divided by, here it comes. Now it'll start clearing up for you. Watch this. This, doesn't matter the order. I could put cos x first if I want, plus sine x. It doesn't matter. 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. The order when you're adding does not matter. Over sine x. Aha. Why did I put the order this way? Look at that. They match. Ah, now you see where I'm going with this, right? Now take this idea of reciprocal and multiply. Watch what happens. There's your cos x plus sine x over cos x. You with me? Multiply now, right? The reciprocal of this. Watch this. You have sine x over cos x plus sine x. Do you see what I see? I do. Those two are the same, and one's on the numerator and one's on the denominator. So guess what? They both cancel to leave you ones. 1 times sine x is sine x. Cos times 1 is cos x. So I'm left with sine x over cos x. That's as simple as I can go. Now, if you want, you can take this one more step and tell me that that's just tan x. That's totally up to you, okay? But I like to leave it at this point here. Now, does that equal to my right-hand side? Let's go find out. It's got to be sine x over cos x, and my right-hand side is, darn it. That means I got to do some work. Well, so what? Let's go. You know that this right here, just like we did the last one, is 1 minus tan x, right? Divided by cotangent x minus 1. Okay, here we go. Common denominator stuff. We're going to do exactly the same thing here. This is 1 minus tan x, you know, sine x over cos x. That's fine, right? You can start even doing the same thing over here because you're smart. This is cos x over sine x minus 1. Look at this. Look how pretty this is turning out. Okay, keep on going. All right. Okay, common denominator here, making this now cos x over cos x minus sine x over cos x. Oh my goodness, it's leading to something. I'm sure it is. Clean it up. There's your common denominator. So this is cos x. Remember, this just working on the right-hand side here. Cos x minus sine x all over cos x. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, not much else I can do here. No, okay, let's solve this other side now. Let's this one here, okay, divided by, same. This is cos x over sine x minus 1, so it's minus common denominator, sine x over sine x. Oh, look at that. So this is going to be divided by, put them together. You've got cos x minus sine x, over sine x. Beautiful, beautiful. This is now division, so that means you can take the reciprocal and multiply. Okay, so cos x minus sine x over cos x, and wait for it. Watch this. You got sine x over cos x minus sine x, and like I said before, do you see what I see? This guy and this guy will cancel. Okay, look at that. And that's got to be times. My apologies. That's got to be times. Okay, so what do you get? You get sine. This is 1. This is 1. So you get sine x over cos x. It equals. See, you didn't have to go back and tell me that it's tangent. That's not necessary. Once you get this being left-hand side equaling to right-hand side, your proof is done, baby. It's done like dinner. Look how pretty that worked out. Woo!